returned. Have you been well, you and the others? As well as can be. I don't just say you're good. I mean, she could be dying. Full glad am I to hear that. I trust my lord is enjoying himself. He's going on a few adventures. He said this to you? These exact words? Oh, to know that he is happy. It fills my heart with joy. Thank you for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile request though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on over how we should run the city in the exarch's absence. Most are of a mind that the settlement council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say that there have been. Curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Reen came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she had been of late. She and other Crystarium youths just hosted a festival, you see. Proved so popular that there are already plans for another celebration, one much bigger than the first. Between her preparations for the festival and the restoration of the empty, she struck me as happy and full of life. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what had troubled her. I dare say she'd be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well. I shall fetch the key at once, and take the opportunity to find Rin. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity. Shall we say? I will be along as soon as I can. is that Moon? What a wonderful surprise it is to have you back with us and at the most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's people. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours will be the one to crown them all. About exarchs. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained a valuable insight to travel beyond the rift, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to the questions I would ask you, but if you can indulge me for just one for now. In your quest to restore the Knight, you faced many formidable foes, among them who offered you the greatest struggle. Ugh. Titania, driven mad by light and loneliness. She was hard. Vothri in his misguided self-righteousness. He was kind of sad. Hades who bore the burden of his people. Ah, Pixel of Invulnerability. This may come to surprise, but truly, I never would have guessed. And then if I could, I suppose I wouldn't have had to ask. 'Tis a tremendously eye-opening answer, and we will see that your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. I know you'd love to talk her ear off, Morn, but we really should be on our way. Those documents from Umor won't collect themselves. Of course, and afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your treaties. Till next time then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, remind him not to overexert himself. I'm so worried about him exerting. Again and again, till his ears fall off. That's what it takes for him to get heart. You're almost making me paranoid about it. Her tail is furry. Just like a memory quest. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? Hey! It's her, it's really her! Her, what are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I can give you some medicine. I made it myself. That's not Riki. You'd only give her a stomachache. We've come to see Morn to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. While I know that I want to be a mage, Arco is unsure. Magic isn't really my thing. Looks like a warrior. So I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morn. He knows about a lot of things. No? He isn't here. Ah. Ooh. Why don't you have the Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkil best? Axe, sword, or bow? Axe. The axe. If you took up the axe, you could be just like Ardbert, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide, Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style, and maybe try something else later on. When I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Oy. You're trying to fight me, I'm old now. I'll be like in the infirmary by the time in 10 years. Our kids these days, they're fighting at 16. So like 4 years, something. Such fun she has been having, basking in the adoration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But did she spare a thought for me? Of course not. Faye? I waited and waited and waited, but she won't so much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing, our sapling is cold and cruel and heartless. Oh, Fjoll. I, need you? Oh, faithful Fjoll, loveliest of branches, how I have missed you. If you truly missed me, you should have cried for me at the top of your lungs the instant you arrived. To make up for it, you will call with twice the passion next time, though for there to be a next time, you have some struggles to overcome. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? How'd you know? How do I know? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. Would that I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Fae folk is bound to that of a star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow, such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Yeah. Ah! But here are the ones you are waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at Till's end. My apologies for the delay. It's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave it to you. Leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. We're relieved to hear everyone is well. I had this feeling like in the pit of my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that, well, you know, it wouldn't hurt to ask the alchemists and stuff for help. More minds. I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Hyven, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside of me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. But then I blinked and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else has seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. What are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Okay. It wasn't my imagination then. The doom we witnessed in Amarat has come again. And think how hard they fought to not have doom there, and to even bring it back to how it was. And they failed epically. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first. So don't worry about us, please. Look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you can find a way to save all our worlds. Okay. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. Hey. Ooh, she is green. Hey, level 86 quest. Ooh, ooh. Hope upon a flower. Maybe if you all could tell me about the flowers. It might be a hidden world, right? You're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Alina to decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it. It's weird going in here. Is that the Exarch here? So empty and cold. Was it so long ago?
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business. Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all. So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the Convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share. I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the Convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change.
Aw, you say we could change the past. It seems like since I killed him, maybe we shouldn't trust him. And maybe it's not a good thing that he has a run of the tower now.
For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act.
And then how would I get back?
You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded.
I'm so trusting.
The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
like artwork. The man stands dutifully by the ether-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As the lid was warned, it appears your form is intangible, incorporeal, transcending the boundary between existence and nihility. The device is reminiscent of an aetheryte. Perhaps it is possible to attune with it. It's pretty. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. I just thought they would... oh, I guess they'll have the mask on. Their goal is to look the same, be equal. This is the right place, yes? Propoleon? Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propoleon. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention, but feel nothing. And it seems neither does she. She's like long dead. It's just a memory, right? Of course I did time travel. I hate it when the place is so big I can't see the thing above their head. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Lamentorum and the recreated Amarat. I see we have made it to your destination. Look at my little self tugging on his coat. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. You suspect this door leads outside, but how to open it? This is an unexpected direction to take the story.
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
They're young.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
His is red. That girl sounds like a guy. He's not as handsome here. Boo.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
His yellow eyes can see me. Is he gonna look at me again?
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I'm not an it.
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
My heart.
That's odd.
Oh my god.
It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
Oh!
Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
What? What did you just call Azem a familiar?
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image.
What?
So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words.
This is kind of spooky. I'm afraid they're gonna step on me.
Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
It even knows who I am.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded.
His body isn't quite that weary yet.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Pretty sure you're not supposed to be doing this to me. He's gonna slap me. No. He gave me 26,000 experience points.
You may open your eyes.
Oh crap, I'm here for real.
Still a touch small, don't you think?
Whose voice is that?
The size befits its proportions. Besides, bigger is not necessarily better.
That's right.
I will defer to your experience.
Is that Ben Daniel?
Without further ado then. Greetings!
Oh, it's
I am
Hythelodius!
Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect.
Oh, we're best friends.
Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14.
We've never heard
And how might we
Hythelodius'
address
voice.
you, my new friend?
My new friend. Bob?
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words.
But you already know I'm awesome.
So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here.
The future.
You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then. What brings you here?
I seek a man named Hermes.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
Oh my goodness.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend.
How many
And
colors
with
are
your
there?
purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here.
Thanks for telling me everything I need to know. Emmett had silver hair. Guess he's older.
Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge. Elpis.
Oh, that's also really helpful. The world unsundered, Elpis. Wow. Asian's home. Oh, it's my dog.
This presence.
What? Oh, that explains that minion. Oh, you got little wings in her hair.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
Wow. It's so bright and happy. Oh, she's got a feather tail too.
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
Me? We're sort of BFFs. Only the opposite of that. Wow. It never dawned on me that Elpis would be the Asian's hometown. Hythlodius. Wow. This is hardly my first time here, but this scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour. How lucky of me! Perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Me and Emmett are both getting the tour for the first time together. Using concepts to give shape to ether. Creation magics allow us to bring forth anything we desire. be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must all undergo evaluation at the Bureau of Architect. Even heaven has... their gods must go through training. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for an in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you'll enjoy touring it with us. Yes. I'm gonna be able to get that flower back. Oh, I'm gonna get a is that fish? Felodius is looking you up and down. Now then, our friend Hermes. Aside from overseeing the facility, he also conducts his own research. Chances are he'll be at the main observation hub, so let us seek him out there first. Hey, Fritz, you're here! Attired as you are, however, you stand out a little too much. Our dear Emmett Selch wishes to keep a low profile for his errand, so... Do you know how to make a robe? The basic concept will do. Don't say no, they'll think you're stupid. In that case, Emmett, will you make me clothes? No, your whim, your responsibility. You're getting not another thimble of ether out of me. The way he scrimps sometimes, you'd think he wasn't a nigh bottomless font of magic. Very well, I shall make the robe, but perhaps you can assist. Come, let us search for the requisite material. I don't think I noticed that. Demokritos. So they didn't always have to wear their masks. Oh, snake-headed dinosaur birds. I no like them. Ah! It hurt me. The flower necklace. No touch. No touchy. Bad snake. Bad. Bad, bad. Bad kitty. Go. Shoot. Out of the fence. Fenced area is our spot. Bad cat. Yes, these creatures should... You want me to kill these things? Someone just made them. You're testing them, I thought. Oh, this is water. An etheric rope. I want you to use it to capture, shall we say, 2 Petaludai. There are 3 species here, I believe. Any 2 different kinds should serve. Now I should mention that the strength of the rope is tied, no pun intended, to the strength of its user. As your ether is still thin compared to ours, you'll need to weaken the Petaludai first. Good luck. My robe is going to be amazing. I should take my hat off. There's a blue one. Oh, a blue one. Kanye Petaluda. Oh. Sunrise? In heaven? Oops. Come on. Just killed it. If it wasn't for these ugly snakes, this place would be beautiful. You've caught the Petaludai. Come, let us see. These fine fellows will do so nicely. Now for a spot of reversion. There, it's ready. I'm gonna guess it looks like yours is not gonna be red and blue. It's nothing fancy, but then we're trying not to stand out. Try it on for size. You turn living beings into clothing just like that? Also gonna be angry with us for using those creatures? That beautiful tree. Oh, it's fine. There's no one around to tell us off. Besides, we can always make more Pedalodai. I need only a tiny amount of ether. Do they not have brains? Hearts? Souls? It may take some effort to get the form and composition right, but anyone familiar with the concept should be able to manage. Well, and good to disguise and educate it, but it won't fool anyone who can see worth a damn. Fair point, but at the very least it should spare you some unwanted attention from casual observers. Emmett speaks true. Even dressed like us, your unusual nature will be plain to those who think to look. Should someone question your presence, don't make up excuses, much less try to explain what you actually are. Best to simply say that you're a familiar. Really, like a pet? But whose? Ozum's, of course. Yeah. If you say you belong to her, people will give you the benefit of the doubt for any and all outlandish behavior. Exploiting her associate's absence. Too bad I couldn't just remember this stuff. For lack of her presence, absolutely. Were she here, she'd have been the first to propose the idea, and you know it. With that, your story is settled. Let us continue with our errand. Oh, wow. It's, Sophis Robe, Podia, and Hupodema. Forgot to get that retainer, extra retainer. Can I glamour it, or do I have to actually put it on? Get up here. Aww. Where are they? I'm beautiful. I love it. I go around like this outside. They're like, "Oh my god, she's an ass and kill it." There, I'm in disguise. My big ass pink hair. quite cute. Level 86 in search of Hermes. All I'd have to do is like turn my memories back on. I wouldn't have to do all this. If you are ready, let us continue along the path to Anagnorisis. Agnorisis. The place serves as an observation hub and a residence both. Someone there should be able to point us in the direction of Hermes. Wow, look at that. Huh. This reminds me of Sky. Only prettier. And, Nobiako's. Oh. This works. So this is heaven? Sort of? Ish? Was? Is that a unicorn over there? Monoceros. Oh my gosh. Can I help you? We wish to speak with Chief Hermes. Do you know where you might find him? Well now, by your mask, I assume you're one of the 14. I wasn't aware there was to be a visitation. Ah. It's the 14 that have red masks. Everyone else is silver. Between you and us, it's something of a surprise. Your discretion in the matter would be appreciated. Well, his mask is right on his chest. I see, I see. My lips are sealed. The chief should be out conducting observations as usual. His focus of late has been aquatic creatures, so I suspect you'll find him at one of the pools here. The pools, you say? Many thanks and apologies for disrupting your work. I almost kind of wish they were more androgynous. Since they're gods, it doesn't really matter, right? I say, Hypholodius. While I've never met Hermes, you know him well, do you not? That being the case, couldn't you simply find him by his ether? Aye, but I could. As you know, Emmett Selt and I can discern the colors of souls. By the same token, we can also see ether quite keenly, and from great distances. Wow. He's such a teacher, even back then. With this skill, I could really locate Hermes, but I felt that it would be a waste of an opportunity. We're here to perform an assessment, after all. And by searching the ordinary way, we stand to gain insight into Elpis and the man in charge of it. This is as much for your own enjoyment, like it's not, but point taken. Giggles a lot. If you are going to accompany us, make yourself useful and help us look for Hermes. According to his profile, he has short, dark hair. So you know, it's because we're an Elpis that we don't have our cowls up. A special exemption due to the need to be aware of dangerous creatures. Elsewhere, we do not exhibit our individuality. It's unseemly. This is all common sense, but I would not assume you possess any. Wow. It's a rare treat indeed to be able to search for someone by their appearance, and I thank you for humoring me. Come, let's find our man. Not sure if fist pump is worth it. Aww! Look at him playing in the water! Wow, the person who made this did a good job. Oh, I forgot I was looking for a guy with dark hair. Oh, or the thing over his head. You winged girl. Hey, you kinda look like me. Oh, she's got bird feet too. Hey, put your shit back on. You look cool here in our black robes. I forgot to check something.
Huh. You are...
One sec. We should just kill him now.
Oh,
Look at those eyes.
different. You're different too. You and me. We're alike. Friends. I want to be...
She's not quite drawn.
Wait, please.
Let's adopt her.
Wait.
Calm down. Use your words.
Greetings and salutations. Can you hear me?
Hey, good job.
Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, and know your thoughts.
I just want everything from you.
May we please be friends?
You're going to die, aren't you?
May we please be friends?
Aw, sweetie.
Ah,
I just look
I see you
horrified.
found him.
It's rude.
It's Ladeus. It's been a while. Too long, I think.
Too long indeed for close collaborators. On this blessed occasion, I bring not only myself, but others who long to speak with you.
You were of the convocation.
Emmet Selk at your service. Do I have the honor of addressing Hermes, Chief Overseer of Elpis?
You do. You have traveled far for it.
Given your facility's purpose, its remote location is something of a necessity. Would that I didn't have to rely upon a guide.
Oh, you wound me. Have I not ever been an attentive and helpful friend?
Yes.
But moving along to more agreeable company, this one we chance to...
This bird's gonna get me in trouble.
Well, you certainly have her attention. Is she one of yours, Hermes?
Her name is Meteon. It means shooting star.
You think they'd have the only language? Why would you have
If
to
I may make an
decipher their
observation,
own language?
her ether is terribly thin. I fear she might dissipate at any moment.
Oh,
Nor do I believe you've made a submission to the Bureau. I would remember such a concept if you had.
I haven't, as you say. I judged it too early. She's a pet project of mine, still undergoing preliminary testing.
I like how they bob her
Rest assured
like
that
a
I will
bird.
attend in person ere long.
Very well. Being an authority on flying life forms, I appreciate that you are exacting in your work. I shall look forward to your submission.
If we have finished with the perfunctory chit-chat, I would discuss official matters. By my coming, I trust you already anticipate the subject.
I have an inkling, yes. Please wait to the main building yonder.
Wow, I'm from this to crazy ass boy.
I shall join you as soon as I've returned these creatures to their homes.
What's wrong, Hermes?
The Nemestoma is missing.
There was a Lala here earlier. I'm just saying.
I may have found it. A creature with the self-same ether as those there, nestled in the boughs of a tree outside the grounds.
It's gonna fall off the cliff and die. Gonna fall to earth.
You're saying they can climb with their sorry excuses for limbs?
Hey.
The fashion has been to imbue aquatic creatures with the power of flight, ever since the words of Metron created a sky-swimming fish. The Ambistomas too can fly, if only slightly, and they could conceivably climb a tree. Whether they can come down safely, however... Excuse me.
I'll help too.
And what are we supposed to do with this lot?
Kiss them.
May I suggest we split up? If you would be so good as to assist Hermes, Emmett Selk and I shall keep an eye on these adorable creations in the meantime.
They shouldn't take so many outside at once. I don't want to kill his birds. This bush is moving a lot. An adventurous ambystoma. It seems Hermes and Medion have found their quarry, a creature known in this age as an ambystoma. Yet, though it has been safely extricated from the tree, Hermes appears to have found himself in quite a predicament. The ambystoma, Hermes saw it high up the tree. He climbed up to get it, but it jumped on him and he slipped. Do you need a hand? Oh! He fell backwards though. No, I'm fine. It's a little embarrassed. Now for your own safety, stand back. I was gonna backflip, that's what I would do. Back in the when I was a wee lad. When I was a wee lad, oh my gosh. Lass. We didn't see him fall on his face. There we go. Ugh. Now I want to be blue. Are you alright? Quite alright, yes. My apologies for making you wear meeting. Both you and, Bob. Moonlight, you are called, an intriguing name. Somehow reminiscent of a new creation. Reminiscent of a new creation? Thank you for coming after me. Don't step on it. As for you, little one, you must be more careful. No? You may be able to fly, but it doesn't mean you cannot fall and hurt yourself. Oh, I've forgotten all about its fellows. Ah! Oh, truly, what a relief. I must thank Emet and Hythelodius when I return to them, but first, with the distractions out of the way. As Chief Overseer of Elpis, permit me to welcome you to our facility. You should take one of these flowers. Maybe a couple. I hope you'll enjoy your time here. Man who killed the world. Let's push him off the thing. A shirt. 539 shirt. Having ponder, warned, cherish, welcome. Having found the wayward ambystoma, Hermes is the picture of relief. Let us return. Oh, he has the ugly pink mount. Bird of Elpis. So many different kinds of flowers. My apologies for the trouble. Owing to your kind assistance, all the ambystomas are safe and well. I will presently send them back to their space if you would go on ahead to the main building. Upon entering, you will see table and chairs, a meeting area. We may speak there. What's wrong with here? Very well, take care not to let the creature slip away again. Excuse me. These are my friends. These are my real people. Not those weird creatures down below. Is a gemstone trader up here? bird breasts, eggs, hides, scales. Do we have some sort of chicken breast? He's a Louvier. Man's made of money. Literally. Wow. That's an axe.
This appears to be the place. And here is where we part ways. We will be discussing highly sensitive affairs. Only a select few may be privy to such knowledge, and that does not include someone who cannot or will not divulge their origins. What? Will I have to remove you by force? Yes, I'm sure your business with Hermes is quite pressing. You may speak with him to your heart's content after ours is concluded.
I do not object to her attendance.
Hermes, this is highly irregular.
Perhaps, but I believe she can be trusted. Meteon would not have taken to her so quickly otherwise. Moreover, the presence of a third party may help me to maintain composure.
As you wish, then. Behave yourself, do you hear?
So, it's finally happened, then.
Aye. Van Daniels declared his intention to step down, and named you as his preferred successor. In recognition of your knowledge and your works, the Convocation is giving the recommendation due consideration. As one who does not know you personally, I am to use my impartial eye to take your measure. And above all else, to ascertain your disposition towards the invitation. I understand that you and Van Daniel are close. He himself was once chief overseer of Elpis after all. I should not be surprised if you knew before anyone else that he wished to relinquish his office.
I did. He told me that when he fulfilled his purpose, he wished to pass the torch to me.
A torch you seem none too pleased to accept. Are you so averse to serving on the Convocation?
No, it's not that. For a humble researcher like myself to even be considered is an honor beyond words. No. What troubles me, what I struggle to come to terms with, is the very fact that Van Daniel is stepping down. Does this not mean that he will return to the Star?
Of his own volition, yes, like so many others have before him.
Return to the Star? Does that mean die?
Well now, that's not a word I hear often. Is that what you say here in Elpis? Mankind is the life of Atheris. Each of us, a drop of blood flowing through its veins, bearing sustenance. In our finite time upon it, 'tis our duty to make it a better place, that all who call it home, now and in future, may abide in happiness. To that end, we have dedicated ourselves to the pursuit of enlightened creation. And by our efforts did we transform this once untamed wilderness into the peaceful paradise you enjoy today. To return to the star whence we came is a privilege afforded to we who have so loved and nurtured it. A choice embraced by those who have lived their lives to the fullest, in service to our world. And when they depart upon this journey, it is beautiful, always.
The 14 are no exception. 'Tis believed no occasion is more felicitous than the fulfillment of one's duty. Our office becomes our lives, and to retire is to return, or so the majority of us hold. Some few have elected to eschew custom. Mayhap you feel Fandaniel's deeds do not warrant his return. Yet you should know his accomplishments as well as any. During his time, he conceived of countless outstanding concepts. And channeling the wealth of experience he attained here in Elpis, he brought forth many new specimens.
I know of all this. I do. It's just, I cannot fathom why someone so great and wise, who could still do so much good, would want to end it all. Oh no. I've made her upset. Forgive me. I know I requested your presence. Might I trouble you to take Meteon outside? A change of scenery would do her good.
Sorry, Moon. I didn't want to. Didn't mean. A walk. Perhaps we can go for a walk. I like this new area. I am feeling this story. I can't get out of here. Ah! Whoa, can I go upstairs? Okay, that was disappointing. It'd be easy to spy on them, just go up the stairs. Hermes gets sad when he thinks about death. When others are sad, I'm sad too. That's how I am. How he made me. But don't worry, I'm fine now. So why did you come here? You want to learn about Elpis and Hermes. Oh, teach you. I can teach you. We could take turns. I tell you something, then you tell me something. Sounds like a bother. Sure, why not? Sounds like fun, kid. It will be. Where to start? Oh, yes. Let's talk to Memnon. He should be near the Aetheryte. I'm not good at explaining, but Memnon is, so I'll have him explain instead. Her face goes blank. Ah, the Aetheryte. Anyone can use it to teleport anywhere. Well, maybe not anywhere, not to the ground or other isles. For that, you need teleporters and permission. What have we here? Although you look like a person, you could as easily pass for a toy. I assume you are familiar like Meteon. Is there something you need? This is Moon. Could you teach her about Elpis? I'm a newly arrived familiar, is she? Very well. I should be glad to introduce our fair facility. I think they'd be really tired of doing this over and over and over and over. As you know, it is mankind's duty to make the star a better place. As part of this duty, we employ creation magics to bring forth new life. However, we cannot simply release our works into the world, for it would lead to chaos, so we send them to elementary schools, where they there cause chaos. No, any and all life forms must undergo extensive testing to determine their fitness to exist. Testing which is conducted here in Elpis. Every candidate is subjected to rigorous study in which we identify their properties, surmise what habitats might be suitable, and speculate as to the effect they may have on the environment and other species. Should it be judged a beneficial addition to the star, it will be allowed to take its place in the world. The two of you, too, were created with the hope of making the star a better place. So heed your masters well and be good, do you hear? We will, Memnon, we will. Thanks for the lesson. You had a turn, now I get a turn. We're all going to die. From the Crystarium, I guess. I am from a place far, far away. Then I probably don't know it. I don't know much about other places. But this place is important to you. I can feel it. Oh, my power. Ooh. Ears hurt. I haven't told you about it. A creation. Let's find a creation. One not being watched, and I'll explain my power. Let's hope that big guy didn't hear that then. Oh, this creation is perfect. But I don't remember seeing it before. Perhaps it's new. Anyways, I'll try reading its mind. That's my power. What's it thinking? Sees a worm? I wish it saw a worm. It's not thinking at all because it has no brain yet. I can't read it. Maybe there's nothing to read? Wait, please wait. I'll try again. With you this time. Uh-oh. My mind is just gonna be blown. Greetings, can you hear me? This is my power. I can read the emotions of those around me and project my emotions to others in return. I'm not actually speaking to you in your mind, rather you are converting my emotions into words and intention, a process performed subconsciously by intelligent life forms. This ability is vital to my mission, for it allows me to interact with intelligent beings, even should they communicate via unknown languages or other nonverbal means. As a consequence, I am clumsy at speaking. Yet, though I struggle to express myself in this fashion, Hermes wants me to speak as much as possible, for everyone has thoughts and feelings that they may wish to hide. I harbor an affection for you, one that is difficult to define. Aside from the fact that you share common traits with us, your thoughts are complex, prismatic. They draw me in and leave me wanting to know more. Out of respect for your privacy, I will refrain from using my power when speaking with you. Nevertheless, I want you to know that I wish to be your friend. Did you hear me? Good. Now it's my turn again. So, what are you good at? It's a secret. I don't sound creepy at all. Fighting. That sounds bad. Oh. Fighting. That must mean you're strong. Hermes is strong too, but he doesn't like to fight. Even when creations fight him. He's paying attention now. I think we might be bothering it. Yeah, he looks like he'd be easily bothered. Let's keep going. We'll go and see Yuanthi next. She's usually in a small building, one on the west row. Junk bonker here sounds wrong. Well, well, if it isn't Mitian, I see you've brought a friend today. She's pretty hair. Greetings, Yuanthi. An apple. Can you make me an apple? The kind Hermes likes, covered in syrup. I want to share it with Moon. I don't want an apple and syrup. Oh, a candied apple. I don't want a candied apple either, to be honest. Don't break your teeth. Hermes is certainly partial to them, but you know you can't eat Mitian. You weren't made to do so. But I like it too. It may seem that way, but it's due to your ability to share others' feelings. You've taken Hermes' likes for your own. In any case, I can't prepare an apple right now, but I'll bring one for Hermes soon, I promise. I'm sorry, Moon. I wanted to show you my favorite thing. Then I could ask about yours, but I failed. Yuanthi, do you not hear this? Alright, this is what I like. Killing gods. Oh, that's what you like? Yes, yes, I can feel it, your joy and happiness. And it makes me happy too. Thanks for sharing it with me. Well, we've walked and talked a lot. Maybe Hermes has finished talking too. Shall we go and see? Okay. Ooh, look at that orange butt. We should get Fritz a new outfit. Forgot you were following me, Median. There you are, I can see. The fresh air has done Median good. Moon wanted to learn about you and Elpis, so I taught her. Oh, and your favorite food. I'm not sure if that last one will be of any use. But I do appreciate your keeping Median company. While you're away, I finished speaking with our guests. Finished? Hardly. You requested time to consider the invitation. so we have no choice but to occupy ourselves with an inspection of your work. My apologies. It has been decided that Emetzelk and Hypholodius will accompany me as I tend to my duties. If you wish to learn more, perhaps you'd like to come too. I'm compelled to remind you that she is in no way associated with the convocation. We simply chanced to meet at Propylaeon. There is no guarantee that the matters we discuss will remain private. I do not mind. I see the joy her presence brings Betian. I cannot imagine our mysterious friend harbors malicious intent. Moon is kind. Really, truly, she taught me as much as I taught her. You're coming, of course. But Hermes, you're bound to learn lots and lots. Lives apart. If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward Ambistroma. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there are more unruly creatures about. I could go further. Flomiths notus. This here is a new species of Petaluda that we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, I shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? It is the presence of a soul. Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. It manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. Lightning pneuma, just as the report said. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate thereupon. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now the element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Median is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? You would think that Fandaniel would remember me then. By using this lightning converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball, a veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. I can't do it. Oh. Perfectly done, look. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions, despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication that they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Petaluda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Is Median an arcane entity? I should have said the other one. Good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint. It ultimately falls to the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. Those with exceptional vision, such as Hytholodius, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all I need to know. Oh, you finished already? I'm sorry. I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note. And we still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we'll head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Emmett had like 300 families or something like that. I forget. He's gotta have some sort of heart in there. Where am I going? Encounter Gufu? Well, he passed somehow.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects. So, how are we coming along?
Get it. You'll never notice. Though I'm not really here.
This place is Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis. Entelekis. Like me.
Entelekis?
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby.
What if they start to change weird
Though
colors?
be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
That's weird.
Reflect the emotional state, you say?
Does that mean everyone's
By
happy?
what means do they achieve this?
In creation, there exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy. While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
It's like we're learning other cultures here, huh?
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
What?
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelekis.
That's me! That's me! An Enteleki!
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wow.
Wait. A form of energy other than ether?
Dynamis? We're used to Dynamis being in that other world of just dead rock people.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation. What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter, on account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it. However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%. The more abundant form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities. 'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river... Not that I have such grand ambitions. Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse. The relative scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an entelechy. Like me. So... are we the same? Entelecchies.
Sure. I won't see why I wouldn't be one. I kind of miss the meaning of entelecchies. I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. If I'm thin, it's because Emmett Silk didn't do a proper job. Whoa! If I'm thin... What are you saying, he made me? Or fed me?
That sounds more akin to the desperate flailings of a wild beast when facing imminent death.
A deficit of ether alone does not an entelechy make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis. And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the difference between victory and defeat. You'd do well not to underestimate it. Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fellow. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
He's bored. Can I go back whatever it is a Gubu does? Eating trees. Yay! 87! Their greatest contribution, steep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. Especially if he's of the 14. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. What did you specialize in? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation. You should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Mr. Privacy. Lest you've forgotten, we're to hear about Hermes and not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Come on. What now? Never mind. I thought that ball was above you. How the hell did this person just pop up out of nowhere? That was weird. Busty maid? Was this a teleport point? Did I lag? Weird. Oi! Oh, it was a high five. I don't know how to high five. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Amplos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released into the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charbonus. That is what we shall tend to next. If you'd follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Wow, there's a lot of options. Dreamland, Nebula Dreamland, pretty name. Ah! Aw, it's gloomy. 7 a.m. Don't be gloomy here. Does this have weather? Clouds. Boo! Okay, can't fall. Water, wastewater's dumping onto Earth. Whoa! Oh! They're like baby bismuths too. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charbonus. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charbonus is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature is born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The rest being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such a change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charbonus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate the wind until it finds its wings. What? You didn't go to such lengths. Oh, my little hands. You don't know, but of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming to in the presence of others is considered vain, glorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. That may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution, Emmett Silk. May I trouble you to move that Charbonus away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Does it ever close its mouth? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. Oh. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Good solution. Emmett Silk is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Silk's train, the Charbonus. Aside from being able to fly, untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be, as I mentioned. It would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. I want you to go to Emmett and tell him that you have a favor to ask. He'll be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now. Good luck. We walked pretty far off. Occupite. Pretty. Up. Boy. Well, are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? Oh. I spelled it wrong. I have a favor to ask. Oh, no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh, I don't know what Hythlodius is up to, but I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hythlodius is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-wary Emmett Silk. Please, Emmett. Please. You just want us to say, please, Emmett Silk.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
Guys must be hiding.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature,
Charybdis.
most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
So threatening.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
Oops.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Awkward lag. Did I get booted? I did not come this way. That was weird. Wow.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Oh.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Emmett helping people? I think he just got old and tired.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow.
A single soul who can't help involve herself.
Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
Aww.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him.
Smiling. He has to like me a little bit if I'm Azum's familiar.
They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. to help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star.
It's like a dad.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Time.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
This is really good. Is there a ball here? Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. A lot of these words I've only just read, never heard them out loud. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Moon and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. More or less. I doubt you'll need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Although we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you to continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as the specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. How about give him an unhinged jaw so you can close it? Or a hinged jaw? Hammies! I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all my present tasks. Let us return to Anagnorissus for now. be very sentimental, even though is it Emerald Dragon? I've never ridden this one before. Oh, I can't fly. Oh my gosh, I have to get currents. Ow. Going this way anyway. This one's still being made. Is it? What? Well, that was a waste of time. And I killed Emmett. I feel horrible now. And, well, Hermes killed himself. And, well, Hypholodius was probably too kind and just washed away. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help you, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Why do I have such feelings for Emmett? So glad they made him the voiceover. Tell me, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Nothing. Dynamite seemed promising. I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but I don't think I've found it yet. Oh, I didn't grab that flower. If only my work were more interesting. Nevertheless, I'm still indebted to you for keeping Metian company. If there's aught I might do, you need but ask. Everyone's so polite. Blows over Emmett. Ah, that one guy was getting annoying. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Something the matter? The Lycion. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby occupies, slaughtering them. Ugh. Was the creature hungry or provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupies were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycion that is to blame. their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Duros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? He's attached to these things even if they murder. Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Duros is still there though, however. Hermes, wait! If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Touring Anagromorasticis Part 1. Sokals. Magus Regent and Authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer. And you are, oh how unusual, a soul bearing familiar. Familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purpose of observation? That must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to Charmian. She'll gladly give you a tour of our domains, so put all in. It looked so close on this map. What can I do for you? Moon, is it? The Overseer Suckles wishes me to act as your guide. Oh. No, I didn't mean it like that. I'd be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told, until quite recently. I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project in the Academia Uniter. Surely there are other, more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour at this very moment, if you like. Okay. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Agronoras will prove more beneficial. I'll point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once you've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to the Overseer Sokals. Oh. Okay. This is happening. Asm's familiar. Why, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are asked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azim might grant his permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively. He wants to experiment on me. Who do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by the ethereal structure? Yes, I'm accompanying Moon here on a tour around Anagnoresis at the behest of an overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We'll proceed with due caution. I should get my Asian mask and wear that instead. The overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of her grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sokos. Can I jump up here? Nope. I require aid. I've seen you completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Anagnoresis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began. With you, Overseer Sokos. I see, and what is your impression of the work we do here? It requires equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience, at least I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation, Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cogitative faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azim's no less. Dante is the friend trail. Party finder broke? No. No monkeys. This is good. Makes the ground sucky for you guys. Woo! It's so fluffy. Oh, I can't see Purple's level. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lycaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doris must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure just to make sure the Lycaon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Moon. Come, come. It's down this path and over the bridge. Oh, I got the ugly thing finally. you get up here? No? Oh, I did it! Fruit. Just clicked. He knows that ethereal currents are. So do I. And that allows you to be able to fly. I'm liking all the puppies. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know when I see him. I'm guessing I can't put on a mount. Oh, I can. Sorry, median. Well, that's how you lose them. If you're with Meteon, and I assume you're on an errand for Hermes, what can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Well, you're way off, dude. So I'm going after a dark-haired man, the exact opposite. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Thoris. His hair is long, but the color is wrong. Okay. That building is locked. Doris, that's Doris. She's got white hair, not blonde. Very, I guess, light. That's white. Well, now if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Oh, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lycaons, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Catissus. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. And you're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that a Lycaon slaughtered Ocupetes. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released, Lycaons would threaten other species and upset natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibit the same tendencies. Even we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate. Their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. Chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, so that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pastrot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report. You may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Sentimental gift. You needn't be an Entelechy to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. Median, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Moon. Loath I am to impose, may I leave Median in your care again? I'm in your debt if you'll excuse me. help me with something? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one. I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. About this tree. I'm gonna touch it a lot. A vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree. So big and bright, I love them. They might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient, that's what Hermes said. Got some bark. You touch it. Touch, touch. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry. We won't wander far. So wait to the trial. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisons. Any other place should we find them? Let's keep looking. This looks like an angry plant. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, it's a conion, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift. But you're good at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Shot him in the ass. You spy nothing promising nearby, at best common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Over there, something big, huge. Grass? Or that purple thing? Malodorous gas. You can give him stinky grass. Gross. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the mole-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals. Sure they do. But the flowers are the orbs on its head. I'm not yanking that out of its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think? Would he like it? It's probably not the good sort of memory. Okay, so not this one either. Finding good flowers harder than I thought, I'm sorry. But go search a little more, maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. There's nothing. That shiny thing over there, what could it be? Yes, we both need one of these. I haven't seen Heidelin. Ooh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Are we allowed to just take things off the ground since it's all experimental? Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellecties. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. For the dark soul, huh? We need to take one. The flower was dark in your home? Then you have it too, a dark emotion? I've known pain and sorrow of loss. I see. Hermes has known the same, the feeling that a part of you is gone, again and again, but no one notices. Please, won't you lend it to me, your pain and sorrow? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. Why? He has been in a dark place. Since before he created me, he needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. Yeah. I don't want to, like, bring any more attention to myself. No, I won't. Why are you smiling and nodding? Thank you, thank you. It means more to me than I could say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. And take one for yourself. Why is this concept so difficult? Why is this ugly thing? Wanna watch me kill your flower? This should make you feel lots better. Whoa, that's some slow-mo lag. Seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they finished.
Hermes!
Oh. You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
She's so pretty.
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait, sound like Elizabeth.
I want to show you something first.
Oh, we didn't pick it.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
This is creepy. Watch me kill your plants.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you.
If he sees me like a dog, maybe he will be more open to me.
May we talk a moment?
Why is this terrifying? Bastard. Just trying to pet you.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said, when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful.
If it's free will, then how come he couldn't just do that himself? He had to, like, kill Zodiark.
Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures.
Yep.
Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss.
Until it happens to them.
And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread.
It's true, I think people are supposed to be oblivious. Does it happen?
But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
So you just wanted everyone's suffering to stop by killing everybody, because life is suffering. I can tell you all about suffering. God killer.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart.
It's not really a choice.
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are?
Planets?
Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there?
It's not, it's just rocks.
What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day?
Food.
To pose that question to our undiscovered
Water.
cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
What do you mean?
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them. And they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Huh?
As one might expect, Exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds.
You guys are all
Would not
humans.
do for both of
really,
us
really,
to be
really tall
sleep-deprived on the morrow.
There's no one out here like
Come,
me.
Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
She's gonna frickin' die. He's like, jump. I don't like that guy. I want him to feel sad. There's an evil in the world up there. Or it's Heidelin. Thanks, only Pirate Parker. I wanna hold your hand. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it was time to attend to my next task. As Emmett, Selk, and Hythalodius are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycons. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Duros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycons, what are they? Would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythalodius has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever Bureau decides, the existing Lycons have served their purpose. That's harsh. Duros has already isolated the creatures and preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. Gross. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Sadness. Sad, sad, sad. Hippo, though. You got a flying cat with you. What a familiar essence you have, like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept, I must slap you. Oh, just a little joke. I'm Hippotho. Mew mew. Yes, yes, we're getting to that. We'll say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Aeloros. The Aloroi are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they sound the alarm, by which I mean meow loudly. Though we do our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant visual over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus, I've taken this Aeloris under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. This morning, we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that our task has begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you've found them. We can't have peace running amok. Yams north. Is that 300 yams? How can I measure a yam on the map? Here to here. Oh, he does have a thing on the side of his short. Mew mew. follow me, I follow you. Mew 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 mew. About to get pissed with me by him. Mew. Two nearby creatures are facing one another down and looks at you expectantly. You guys gotta calm your pants down. I smack you. Bad cat. Bad tree. Or YGG drink. Should I like lasso them? Die. I guess I'll just kill you. And we'll call it subduing. Looks thoroughly subdued. And potentially is not gonna use the gun in the earth. Ring this bell. Okay. I subdued them. Merp. You say merp? Did I touch this? You did a good job. It's too bad we can't give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too. It's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Alloy are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they're able to be acclimated properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? No. How about no? That'll be perfectly well spot right here to go to bed. I'm waddling after him. Yeah. Oh my. Doris, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ether of shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. Oh no. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. I don't see anything. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Moon handle that one. The pair in the sky can leave to me. This is how it must end, and so be it. It's harsh life. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. You and 2 familiars are going to take him down. You stay with Doros. But Hermes! Lycans must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. Oh, that's rough. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent on helping, then please follow my lead. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but it feels threatened. It may well flee beyond our reach. This is my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Lycan's attention. Now I warn you, his abilities are as fiery as his temperament. Once it spots you, you will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that'll give me some time to catch it unaware. Ready? Then let us begin. Supposed to throw this ball at it? Am I gonna die? Why is he still hiding? Muscular.
Now!
Some level 90 spell there. Now I've slit its throat.
Oh. Forgive me. Please. Forgive me. May you and your kin Find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas.
Having someone forcing you to put down your pet because it's vicious is hard.
Be not forgotten. In concept endure.
This is depressing.
To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Good thing you only had to kill one of them.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
You're too sensitive.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I can see why he would be helpful in the council, but it's pretty...
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
I never got to see my room.
Aye.
Anyway, he's a little, what's the word? He could be easily provoked. Unhinged. I want to see my room. The others have been taken care of. It's resolved. Life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends as the case may be. Wow. Train. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? Hey, 87 quest. Travelers at the Crossroads. Oh, haven't gotten very far into 87. Ephiodius wishes to discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there's anywhere you'd like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may well resume my assessment. If you cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist. Then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there is to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagrasis. I think that I didn't attune to the motherfucking crystal. That's what I think. Oh my gosh, so many. Here we follow the path north to Notoronius. There we will find one of the teleporters which facilitates travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device once, and then you can use it freely. Shall we? I have to attune. Excuse me. No, it was broken. I can't attune here. Is it letting me attune now? What? It's not gonna let me even though I came all the way over here. Can't take it back. I'm just tripping, I guess.